Everybody, what is going on? My name is Robert. Thank you for tuning in today for the video. Ow! And this is a little bit different than the normal one. So basically, as you saw from the title, it is what would your dream guitar be? And this is actually an idea that comes from my buddy Pat down in Australia. So he thought of this idea, and it's a bunch of all of us YouTubers who know each other, who post videos all the time, are going to make one of these videos, and I hope that you'll go check out everybody else's. So you're going to have my video, my dream guitar. I'm sure a bunch of you guys can already guess some of the specs. You're going to go down to Texas to my good friend Ryan at RNA Music. He has a really cool take on a modern Les Paul. Well, Les Paul stylish. It's a little bit different, so I think you'll be interested to see what tweaks he has to it. Then you're going to go down to Australia for Pat, who picked 3 guitars, you cheater. But he has some really cool things that he wants done with his guitar, to where I was going like, oh, I'd never thought of that. So I didn't include any of his tweaks, so I'll let you guys see those, but there were a couple of them that I was like, I didn't think about that in a guitar, and I thought it was a really good idea. Now, you're going to be headed across the pond to the good old country of England, and you will be seeing Adam, who is an awesome YouTuber. I've watched his videos for a long time. He has a Suhr guitar, and I think he's going to be giving us some cool specs about his Suhr, and maybe if there's some changes he would have to it. And then there's also going to be Nick, also from England, who has this really, really cool, I consider it like a modern Tele style guitar that has this really cool maple, it looks like a quarter sawn neck on it. I love that guitar neck. But yeah, so they're going to have some really cool, and Nick believes he's already found a stream guitar, so that's going to be interesting. It's kind of like a different approach to what the other videos are going to be about, so I hope you'll check those out. But enough of me blabbing, let's get to talking about guitars. That's what we're all here for. Mine's dusty, but that's okay. So, my guitar, let's just go ahead and start from the top. So, it would be a Strat style. Go figure. Anybody who watches my videos would have probably never guessed that I would pick a Strat style. Now, you see like my Charvel here, which I would consider a hot rodded Strat basically, or a super Strat is what most people are going to call it, with the 2 humbuckers. I'm not really a single coil bridge person, but we'll get into the pickup configurations later. So as far as body of wood goes, I've only ever had alder and like swamp ash and ash bodies. So I have some Chapman guitars coming that are going to have mahogany bodies, and I'm really excited to try those to see what mahogany feels and sounds like. So for now, I'm going to have to go with alder, because I've never had anything other than alder, swamp ash, and so on. Now as far as the guitar itself, some of you might be surprised by this. So I'm a big fan of Floyd Roses, but I have to say my dream guitar would not have a Floyd Rose. And it wouldn't even have a trim system at all. It would actually be hardtail. So, I wouldn't want any of this stuff. I just want a simple bridge on it, or if it was something maybe like an Evertune, something like that. But definitely not a Floyd Rose. These things are a big headache. I've had them all throughout my, I guess, career as a guitar player. And I like them and they're fun, but man are they a headache. That's why I pay someone to set it up and restring it and all that stuff. Now, as far as pickup configuration, my favorite pickup configuration of all is actually an HSS. So a humbucker in the bridge, single coil in the middle, and single coil in the neck is my favorite configuration. I'm not a huge fan of humbuckers in the neck. I do like them. Obviously, I play this guitar quite a bit. It sounds good. But I do find myself more splitting it when I'm in the neck, because it's so I do find myself kind of like wanting that single coil sound a lot more. Now, I would have a coil tap, and actually in my guitar I would only want to have 1 volume knob. I don't use tone knobs. I would simply just have a single volume knob, much like this one, where I could just pull it up and it's going to split the pickups, which there'd only be one that would need to be split, would be the bridge pickup. And I would have a 5-way selector switch. One of my favorite settings on a guitar is that second position on a 5-way, where you're getting that bridge and neck position, that poppy twang sound, very Strat signature. I love that sound. So I like more like first, second, and fifth position on that the most. And unfortunately, you really can't get that with a three-way selector. So mine would have a pick guard on it. I would like for the input jack to be mounted on the side. I've had a few guitars like my Ibanez and stuff like that. They had the input jack on the actual like edges of the guitar versus the top of it, and I really liked that more than this kind of style. I'm trying to think here. What else? Why don't we just move on? Now, as far as color-wise, it's hard because all my guitars, I've picked many guitars like this. I think I just want it to be natural, you know? I've never really had flashy guitars. Actually, the Antique Burst that I have coming is going to be the most, I actually consider it loud, guitar that I've ever had as far as like paint jobs and stuff. So I'm excited to get something different, but I think if it was a dream guitar, it would be a very plain, the sun's so bright, a very plain guitar. So that would be the body, and then we were going to venture on up here to the neck. I would want a maple neck on mine. There's just something about the tone, feel, and just look of a maple neck that appeals to me. And I think looks are so important to a guitar. You know, a lot of people will say it's all about feel and sound, and those are definitely the most important. But I've found that a guitar that I really like the way that it looks, and if it has good sound and feel, it's so like inspiring to play. So I would want a maple neck just because I really like it. Now I would like the neck to be quarter sawn, and something different from this one. This is a pretty flat neck. I would like it to be a large C, you know, kind of neck, and I'd probably go with 25.5 scale length on it. Let's see, I believe that's what this is, and then 22 frets, I think that's right. Maybe not, I can't remember. But, yeah, a large C neck. I played a Richie Kotzen, and I believe that has a large C on his tellies, and I loved it. I have really big hands, and my hand tend to reach around the guitars a little bit too much, so that would be kind of cool to have a real big fat neck on there. And I'd want jumbo frets, like those big frets. Now, on like my Charvel, the edges are rounded. It's not that flat kind of boxy feel on a normal Strat, so I would want the edges of my fretboard to be rounded, just like this one. It gives kind of like the illusion of it's scalped, but it's actually not. It's just rounded to make it feel more comfortable. It really just is smooth on your hands. And one thing I forgot to mention is I would want the little like belly cut or comfort cut, whatever you want to call it, on the back of my guitar too. I hate guitars that don't have those. They don't feel so comfortable. They don't really kind of like hug up to your body as well. Now, maple neck, I would want the skunk. See, I'm trying not to be a total nerd here. So I'd want the skunk stripe in the middle. I'd want a 4 bolt-on neck, 4-piece bolt-on neck. And to me, I've always had bolt-on necks, so I can't really say about the other one, so I just have to go off of experience. So a 4-bolt neck. Let's see, then we compare to the headstock. This is kind of lame, but actually the Fender headstocks are my favorite. I'm basically just describing a Strat to you guys, it seems like. But the Fender headstock is actually my favorite. Now I would like it to be upside down, and the 70s kind of like style. I don't really like the smaller headstocks too much, but the upside down 70s headstock is amazing. I love the way that looks. Grover tuners, it would come equipped with 9-gauge strings. In the back there'd be a little pocket that would open up and have $1 million in it. That's a little extra thing I'd like to have added to my guitar. Not locking tuners either. I just want standard tuners. I'm not a big fan of locking ones for some reason. I've had a couple guitars with them and I just don't like them. As far as naming the guitar, I don't know if this would be like if it would be a signature. I think I'd call it the RB Soloman 5000. I think that's off of Tenacious D. So, or the Pick of Destiny. So that would be what mine would be called. But you know, that's kind of what my guitar would be. Now, as far as pickups, it's kind of tough. When my Chapmans get here, I am going to try some new pickups. I'm going to try the Warren D. Martini signature pickup in the bridge, and then I think like an Area 61 probably in the neck. And I haven't decided on the middle pickup because I like to have my middle single coil wound almost all the way down flush with the pickguard. So I'd like a little bit of a hotter pickup to make up for the height difference. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm leaving out. You know? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it for what my guitar would be. I don't want to be like total nerd and all that. Oh, one thing I'd like the neck to be contoured, a contoured radius. Just like my Charvel. See, I'm just describing Strats and Charvels. But that's what I would really like it to be. That's my dream guitar. You know, there's some things that I've never found. I have all these different guitars and it's like, oh, I like this one for this reason. If there's a way I could combine them all, I'd be the most excited person in the world. But that is my dream guitar. If you would, please leave comments below. What's your dream guitar? Like, I would love to hear what, you know, you guys want. Maybe you want like this crazy new shape, or it's kind of like a Strat or Les Paul or Tele. You know, it could be an Explorer. All kinds of them. If you would, leave comments below. I want to hear what y'all guys got to say about it. And you can also check out all of my buddies' videos, which will be after this clip. And you'll have different ones to choose from. Go check out their videos. From the ones I've seen so far, they're really, really cool. I like watching stuff like this. If you're like me, a total guitar geek, this is just like perfect. It couldn't get any better than this. So thank you for watching. Keep on rocking, guys. Go check out those other channels. Subscribe. Look me up on Facebook. All that other stuff.